Good morning, students of class 8. Today I will discuss the next part of this chapter, that is metal non-metal, which includes the uh, exercise of this. Okay, so everyone open the exercise portion of the metal and non-metal. It is just after the online class. Last day I have discussed on the chart, that is the reactions of some metal with some acid. Now there one wrong was there, that is the reactions of copper with dilute HCl or copper with dilute sulfuric acid. Here we know the reactivity series, so copper cannot displace hydrogen from there. So the part, that is the copper, in place of dilute HCl, no reaction. In place of dilute H2SO4, there also no reaction will occur. Okay, if we use concentrate H2SO4, then some reactions will occur. And in case of copper with in red hot condition, if we pass chlorine gas, then we will get copper chloride, but not with the dilute HCl. So the column which is there in the NCERT textbook, it should be that the column there is no reaction. Okay, now next, that is the reactions of metal with base. Okay, now the metal like the aluminium, zinc, these metal when react with sodium hydroxide. So here is production of a salt plus hydrogen gas. I have already discussed about this, that is aluminium zinc plus sodium hydroxide, salt plus hydrogen gas. Now what is the name of this? The salt in case of aluminium is sodium aluminate, and in case of zinc it is sodium zincate plus hydrogen gas. Okay, so this is the reactions of metal with base. Two examples are there. Metal with base, general equation, that is metal plus base, that is salt. Metal plus base forming salt plus hydrogen gas. So it is the general equation. Metal plus base, that is salt plus hydrogen gas. Metal examples are sodium and aluminium, aluminium and zinc, sodium hydroxide. For salts are sodium aluminate, sodium zincate plus hydrogen gas. It is about the reactions of metal with base. Now the next part, I have already told you, that is the displacement reactions about the reactivity series. And in the reactivity series, which one is higher reactive or high reactive, it can displace the next one from its salt. Okay, so regarding that, there was some example, that is copper sulfate, zinc sulfate, aluminium sulfate, and iron sulfate. Okay, there is no aluminium sulfate, there is only these three, the zinc sulfate and iron sulfate. Now according to the reactivity series, first zinc, then iron, then copper. So copper, here if we place here zinc, then it can displace copper. Here if we place iron, then it cannot displace. If we place here zinc, say, then it is displaced, because all these occur according to the reactivity series. So metal plus salt, if the metal which is used in which is I think that is the metal in its mother form, that is used, which is of higher reactive, it can displace the another metal from its salt. Zinc can displace copper because of zinc is higher reactive than copper from its salt. Iron cannot displace zinc because iron is low reactive than zinc, so it cannot displace zinc from its salt. Here zinc can displace iron from its salt because zinc is more reactive than that. But another one reactions may be iron sulfate plus copper. Any reaction will take place? No, because of copper is of less reactive or low reactive. So in this way, there are specific color changes also. That is, copper sulfate, it is of blue color. Zinc sulfate is of white color. Ferrous sulfate is also having, that is, brown color. Now copper, it is the brown, deep brown. Iron in fresh condition having steel color. Zinc is white. Okay, so as according to the reactivity series, it can displace one metal, can displace another one. Now come to the exercise of this. Come to the exercise part of this. Question number 1. Which of the following can be beaten into thin sheets? Zinc, phosphorus, sulfur and oxygen. So from the property that the metal having the property that it can be beaten into sheets, which is known as malleability. Question number 1, answer is zinc. Question number 1, because zinc is the only metal. Okay, next. Question number 2. Which one of the following statement is correct? All metals are ductile, not that. All non-metals are ductile, not that. Generally metals are ductile. Yes. Question option C. 2, option C. That is, generally all metals are ductile. Okay. Coming to the question number 3. Fill in the blanks. Phosphorus is a very reactive non-metal. Okay. Now, in space it will be 3A reactive, 3B metal are conductor of heat and electricity. 3C iron is less reactive than copper. Iron is more reactive. 3D metal react with acid to produce dash gas. Absolutely it is hydrogen gas. So 3 is completed. I am just repeating from 1. 1 is zinc. 2C, generally all metals are ductile. 3A, first one reactive. 3B, electricity. 3C, more, and 3D, hydrogen. Next, coming to the 4. Mark true, false if the statement is true and false. You know it very well. Generally, non-metals react with acid because as non-metals are of basic acidic character. So, the option, that is, generally all non-metals react with acid. So, as non-metals are acidic in nature, so it does not react with acid. So, the statement is false. So, 4A, it is false. 4B, read the sentence carefully. Sodium is very reactive metal. Okay, so it is true. 4C, copper displaces zinc from zinc sulfate solution. False. 4D, coal can be drawn into wires. Because it is a non-metal, so again it is false. Because coal is the allotrope of carbon, so it as it is a non-metal, it cannot be drawn into wires. Question number 5. Some properties are listed in the following table. Distinguish between metal and non-metal on the basis of the properties. Okay. Okay, so appearance. First one, appearance. The appearance of the metal is lustrous and non-metals are dull. Okay, so question number 5. Appearance, metal, non-metal. Lustrous, this is dull. Appearance. Next one, hardness. Hardness, metal are hard in nature and non-metals are generally soft in nature. Next one, have property of malleability. That is malleability. Malleability. Yes, metals having the property of malleability, but non-metals do not. Do not or not. Next one, ductility. Yes, in case of metal, but non-metals do not having ductility. Next one, heat conduction and conduction to electricity. Heat and electricity conduction. Metal, yes. Non-metals, no. Metals, yes. Non-metals, no. So, with respect to these 2 points, we can differentiate between metal and non-metal. Okay. Okay, students, I am rubbing the board. You know very well these answers. Now, coming to the question number 6. Okay. Now, there is some explanation type questions, that is, aluminium foil are used to wrap food items. Okay, so why? 6A. Aluminium being a metal is malleable, so it can be formed a thin sheet like structure. It can be formed a thin like structure, so we can use aluminium foil to wrap food items. Okay, so aluminium being a metal is malleable, so it can be formed like a thin sheet like structure, so we can use aluminium foil to wrap food items. Okay. Next one, that is, immersion rod for heating liquids are made up of metallic substances. This is very easy one, because in the last part, that is conduction of heat and electricity, we have come to know that the metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. So as we are passing electricity through the immersion rod, so the property both, that is heat and electricity conduction, is required. For this reason, metals rod are used in. Okay, so I am writing down the answer as metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. So these are used in immersion rods. Okay. Coming to the question number C. Copper cannot displace zinc from its salt solution. As copper is less reactive than zinc, so copper cannot displace zinc from its salt solution. Okay. Question number D. Sodium and potassium are stored in kerosene. Very easy. Sodium and potassium are very reactive in air. Very reactive in air. So it is stored under kerosene. Okay, so these are the 4 answers. Next, have you completed this part? Write it quickly. Just 6.1. Aluminium being, I am repeat these answers. Aluminium being a metal is malleable, so it can be formed a thin-like structure. So we can use aluminium foil to wrap food items. Question number B. Answer: as metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, so these are used in immersion rod. Question number C. As copper is less reactive than zinc, so copper cannot displace zinc from its salt solution. Question number D. Sodium and potassium are very reactive in air, so it is stored under kerosene. Okay. Number 7. Question number 7. Can you store lemon pickle in an aluminium utensil? Explain. Now you have to know lemon pickle contain acid. Now when acid come in contact with aluminium, it produces a salt and a salt. So as a salt is produced, so it is some poisonous behavior will be there, and which is hazardous to our health. So we should not keep the any pickle on an aluminium utensil. Okay. Question number 7. Pickle contains acids which affects aluminium utensil to produce salt. Full stop. This chemical behavior makes our body hazardous, so we should avoid on keeping pickle on in aluminium foil, in aluminium utensil. In that place we should use the good quality plastics and very exact, it is made of glass. Okay, so up to this only today. On the next day I will discuss from question number 8. Okay, so everyone practice these questions and read the in-text questions also. Your upcoming exam will be on MCQ type and it is only 20 marks. 20 multiple choice questions will come from 3 regions, that is the physics, chemistry and biology, that is having 7 each. Okay, so you have to make a I think you have to detailed analysis the text part, because 7 marks will come from the same chapter, because only one chapters are here. So read carefully the text. Okay, we will meet on the next class. Thank you everyone.